Hello all, N3P. Second episode of the podcast is something that I'm going to trial out just to see how it goes and how I want to do this. I'm going to look at some relevant news to the channel and then also news in general and give my opinion and then hopefully not get cancelled or killed in Minecraft for giving my opinion. So this is something I'm just going to play around with. I'm trying to produce about 4 to 5 videos per week. And this is one of the videos where it's kind of low editing, but being able to give content for people out there that want to hear some fat bloke ramble on about stuff that with no experience whatsoever, but just solely on opinion. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so the first one is of course John Bones Jones. Wow. I could never be Bruce Buffer. Jesus bloody Christ. Hit puberty again. Funnily enough, when I hit puberty, I never really had any voice cracks. Then again, my voice isn't that deep, so it's not that deep, fam. Man said his voice ain't deep. Nah, deep that. So John, for some reason, is responding to Kyle that I think that's a Man City fan. That is a Man City fan. You should never respond to Man City fans. The worst of the worst, apart from Tottenham fans. In all honesty, John, why are you scared of fighting Arsenal? That's his emoji. That's what he did afterwards. He's like, in all honesty, John, why are you scared of fighting Arsenal? Send. John responds, I know it's hard for a lot of you guys to grasp, but based on his resume, today, fighting and beating him would change nothing about my legacy, full stop. I'd literally be in the same position I am now, the GOAT. I am gonna disprove you. Of course, this fat bloke from England responded. Where am I? I'm here. So beating a 42-year-old Stipe who hasn't fought in years makes your GOAT status better. Makes your GOAT status better. I don't know why I turned Scandinavian. You came off 3 terrible wins from light heavyweight to heavyweight and got an automatic title shot after 3 years of running scared of Francis. Now the interim is calling you out and you'd rather fight a 42-year-old. I hit 5 views of that versus 3.8 million views. How much did this Man City fan hit? 3.2 million. Oh, 3.8. Wow. He's never going to see mine. Look at that, also got 15 views on that. So then he also responds, but John, if he becomes the best heavyweight of all time, then it would look great in your resume that you beat him while he's in his prime. Resume? Why is this getting changed to that? If he becomes the best of all time, then calling me a duck would make sense right now. Way too early. My challenge to him, build a career like mine, winning 5, hard enough, 17, I seriously doubt it. John, mate. John, let me just set up properly for this. John, I'm not going to go into detail like I did in my previous video. If you want to watch my other video, it's John Jones ducking Tom Aspinall with some serious cope or something like that. Must watch. John, you didn't win 17, okay? You actually have a no contest. Or you didn't win 17 in a row. You have a non-contest against Daniel Cormier because you popped for PEDs. Motherfucker. So that takes away that. You also had 3 wins that were atrocious at light heavyweight and you actually lost against Dominic Reyes. Okay? Yes, you beat Cyril Gane. Congratulations. But stop bringing up your past. That isn't you now. You've had 3 years off prior to fighting Cyril Gane. The 3 fights before that were atrocious. You had a no contest against DC prior to that because you popped for PEDs. And then after your fight with PEDs, you all of a sudden have 3 sloppy fights. It takes you 3 years to get up to heavyweight. And then it's taking you like, what, 18 months? I know you've had an injury and you would have fought before, so like a year. But still, you've held up the division for 18 months. Because you won't fight Tom Aspinall, but you'll fight a 42-year-old, 43-year-old Stipe who hasn't fought in years. How does this make your GOAT status better? How does this make your GOAT status better? I don't know how I can't pronounce that in English. What is happening to me? I really doubt that you fighting Stipe, because UFC have really got a hard on for Stipe being the best heavyweight of all time. Let's be realistic, it's Francis. If we're going through, is he the best? Current, like in the sense of current UFC, Francis Ngannou is the best heavyweight that the UFC has produced. It's not Stipe. Stipe's really good, but he's not the best. Maybe top 3. Maybe second best. But he's not anymore. He's 8th ranked in the world. So he's not even top 5. He's 8th ranked, and that's who you're going against. So to me, it's just the battle of the past. I'm not excited at all for John Bones Jones fight with Stipe. It's very boring. To have that fight, to be honest, it's past its time. It's like McGregor versus Chandler. It's past its time now, and UFC did a right thing to have. Wait, hold on. John Jones just put my challenge to him and then put 2 dots. There's no way. There's no way he knew to do that. I don't even know how to do that. Well, fair enough, mate. Jeez, maybe he is the GOAT. But no, stop. You want to face Alex Pereira now and not fight for the heavyweight champion and let it go. Let it go. To then do the BMF title. Let me just tell you something. Let me talk. The better BMF would be Ilia Topuria versus Islam Makhachev. I don't care about John Jones versus Arsenal at the moment. I've said this in my previous video. You beat Stipe. If you beat Arsenal, then the BMF title for John Jones and Alex Pereira. And if Alex Pereira beats Magomov, then yes, that makes sense. But apart from now, mate, it doesn't make bloody sense. So, no. That's my rant about John Jones, the bloody diving prick. What do we have here? Ah, here we go. Breaking. Woo! Alex Pereira confirms his next title defense will be against none other than former light heavyweight champion, UFC legend, Hall of Famer, Chuck Iceman Liddell. In a statement, Python says, Ankalev hasn't done enough to fight me. Chuck has done it all. I'm building a legacy. I want them to look back on my career and see I only fought legends and champions. Shama. Which makes sense. That's hilarious. That's exactly what John Jones is doing right now, in my humble opinion. Oh, let's see this one. Chimaev, Ingari, Topuria, Shakov Ramble, and Umar. Sorry about that. My battery decided to run out, even though. What the hell is that? Is John Jones interfering in my my camera? Well, I'm hoping that's not a fucking thing. So these 5 who are what the hell is this? Yeah, I think the top comment's right. I think Topuria will be the last one to have it. Okay, let's move on. This is starkly different. So this was just 3 months ago. Thoughts on Iran lowering the age for 15 to 9. Or Iraq, sorry. You can be 13 in some countries and ready to marry and 16 in some others. Okay, cool. I don't want to read that, but let's have a look at this. This is a more recent one. It's been in the news recently that Iraq, the Taliban are looking to lower the age to 9. Consent to 9. Women choosing their own outfits or having equal rights. Bam. Pedophilia. Ha! What the fuck's wrong with this world? Remember, if those 9-year-olds turn gay, they get 15 years in prison. I don't care if they consider it part of the culture. It's part that needs to die. Oh my god. My daughter's 11 years old. The thought of her consenting to sex is mind-boggling. Makes me physically sick. So this is a problem. Here we go. Iraqi here, pardon my bad language. So this isn't exactly the breaking news, sadly. From what I know, they still haven't passed this law yet, and they've been trying to do so since September. So I think it will take a really long amount of time for them to pass it or not letting it pass at all. The proposal in question is asking for people to have the right to marry in the laws of their religion or sex, making it legal for Muslims, Sunnis specifically. I really don't know much about Shias, to marry 9-year-olds, since according to, their Prophet Muhammad married Aisha when she was 9 years old. Nice. Sounds like a glimpse into America's future. Why do people do that? Like, they're acting like Trump's going to turn everything bad. He's already been in president for 4 years and didn't do anything. Like, atrocious like that. Don't give America ideas. Consent with question marks, 9. Yeah, look. I saw a post recently of someone I knew that put up and said, this isn't religion, but this is an attack on all women. I think you're a scared little bitch. Why are you not calling out Islam? Are you scared to be called Islamophobic? Are you scared the potential of what could happen to you? If you're truly for women, okay, you need to call out that part of the world's regime and what they do in that life. The Taliban is a very extreme version of Islam. Now, I'm very confused because I've seen some stuff that the difference between the Bible and the Quran is that the Quran is straight from the word of Muhammad, so it can't be interpreted, but the Bible is story, so it can be interpreted different ways. I'm very confused on that, but I'm sure the Quran can be interpreted different ways, i.e. the Taliban doing this in Iraq. To lower the age of consent to 9, the countries around Iraq should really be calling that out. That's more pressure for them. If they truly think that's disgusting, then he should be calling out. And my worry is why aren't other countries in the Middle East calling out Iraq to try to lower the age of consent or the age of marriage to 9? Have you seen a 9-year-old? Have you seen a bloody 9-year-old? This is insane. I don't know why they've got a picture of like legal age women here. They should really be like 9-year-olds, to be honest with you. But to really hammer down that that's what they want to do. But this is ridiculous. Like, why is the Taliban in power in Iraq, man? Like, this is ridiculous. The regime, it reminds me of what Iran was turned into now. Iran back in like the 70s was this like really free democratic place. And if people don't know, Iran used to support Israel quite a lot. Now all of a sudden, with the overthrow in the 70s or 80s or whenever it was, Iran's gone back to a very hard, staunch Islamic country where a lot of women are dressed up in hijabs and stuff like that, whereas before they could wear whatever they wanted, essentially, like more free in clothing than I would class. Now this isn't a problem here with me if they want to wear the hijab and whatnot, if that's their religion and whatever. But the big part with the United Kingdom with the Magna Carta is that we separated state from religion, whereas the Middle Eastern countries have religion and state together. They intertwine. And this is the problem. If Iraq, a whole country, is trying to lower the age of consent to 9, there really needs to be big pressure and a conversation about why an Islamic country is trying to do that, and if they're using the Quran as a way to say this is why. Because if we go over here, the Archbishop of Canterbury, Justin Welby, resigns over church abuse scandal. Okay? Christianity will easily, I mean, it is the Church of England, but Christianity will be held as responsible for this. They'll be like, why is it the fact that a priest or a father or whatever is abusing children, especially now in 2024 when we have all those stereotypes of priests abusing kids? Why is it now? So why is it the fact that we can talk about Christianity and the wrongdoings of Christianity, but when it comes to a Islamic country, we can't talk about Islam because we're too scared? Lowering the age of 9, regardless of whatever religion or whatever country you're from, is fucking disgusting. In the United Kingdom, it's 16. I personally think the age of consent should be 18. I think drinking alcohol, and I mean, smoking's getting banned here anyway, but drinking alcohol should be the same as America, 21. I generally do think that we should be raising the age. I think joining the army should be 21. I think university should be 21. I think people are too young to make drastic decisions in their life and we're just allowing it. I think we should have more protection in people who think they know everything, but as an old man that has lived through the times of being 16 and 18, I do think that things need to be raised. But this is vile, it's disgusting, and it's something that Islam really needs to answer for. I think if Iraq are using Islam or the Quran as a way to try and push this, other Islamic countries should be standing out against this. Just like here, you'll see other Christians that will stand out against this and say that we're going to do better in Christianity, i.e. the Church of England, which I'm not surprised this happened in Church of England. But this, no one cares. Haiti Airlines suspended flights as Spirit plane hit by gunfire. I see on Haiti, just keeps the situation Haiti has... I don't even know what that word is. Like, how much worse can it get? Jeez, I don't know how anything's functional at this point. When you can't wait to be on the ground, just join the gang war. Is this... Several airplanes have suspended flights to Haiti after a passenger plane from the US was hit by gunfire as it tried to land in the port. Oh my god. So essentially, he tried to go to Haiti and he got hit by gunfire. I mean, that is the Spirit. You know, if you're going to try and shoot a plane, why not do Spirit Airlines? It literally says Spirit. You know, when you look at a word, I mean, that's a weird spelling. Spirit. That doesn't look right. But it doesn't help that it's yellow. That's such an easy marker. But that's ridiculous. Once again, why isn't this being intervened? Like, Haiti just opened fire, or guerrillas in Haiti opened fire on a commercial airline with passengers. Isn't this like the whole point of the UN is to stop shit like this happening? Why are we not taking it seriously? Like, just, I don't know, America, just go in there and fuck some shit up. Like, Haiti seems like it's just, for the past few years, it's just getting worse and worse and worse. I don't know. Give it some freedom. The next one is a bloke killed a 13 and 14-year-old girl. Liberty German. Her last name's German. So a 52-year-old man has been found guilty. So Alan, who's the guy that was found guilty, a former CVS clerk, wasn't a suspect in the case until a file clerk organising thousands of tips in the case discovered a mislabeled lead sheet in September 2022. Makes me wonder how many cold cases remain unsolved due to a clerical error like this one. That's insane. That is really insane. If you think to it, 2017 to now, that's 7 years. It could have been solved 2 years prior to this. The families, a 13 and 14-year-old girls, that's crazy. Followed the case for years on Reddit. It went on so long with no developments that you thought it would be one of those cases that never get solved. How close was a sketch to reality? It was random. He was planning on targeting someone and they were just a good opportunity. He said he intended to SA them, but got interrupted and spooked by a van, so he killed them. In my opinion, he was probably planning to kill them all along. If it's the case that he wasn't going to kill them, imagine how bad the van man felt. But I mean, even that, like, is there a picture of this bloke? Let's see. Here we go, here's him. Oh, cool. Well, that's him. What a piece of shit. Does he get the death penalty? Is he going to get the death penalty? Can anyone let me know down in the comments if Richard Allen is Indiana? I'll just do it, don't worry. I think he's Indiana. Okay. Let's have a look. Ooh, if he's getting charged in Indiana, which I think commit the crimes there, which I think that's what happens, he's getting a death penalty, rightfully so. What a fucking awful. Let's go on a lighter note because that's disgusting. So a Tesla Cybertruck owner with a vinyl wrap are finding the stainless steel becomes permanently blemished after removing the wrap. Cheap stainless with less chromium rusts quite easily. The good stuff holds up well even in saltwater environments. As someone that's done raps for over 20 years, this is exactly why I've avoided CTs. I don't know what that is. As someone that has done raps for over 20 years, this is why I've avoided CTs. Isn't that... Who's the guy? CT. CT Fletcher. Never the guy was just like, one more rep. He's avoiding CT Fletcher. What? They actually make stainless specific vinyl. Oh, I can't be arsed. That's boring. Sucks to suck, I guess. Every single goddamn thing avoids the warranty. Some examples. Any damage including but not limited to loss of data to personal hardware or software resulting from using the cabin or cargo bed power outlets, improper winch procedures, theft, vandalism or riot. Theft warranty? I guess this is manufacturer warranty, isn't it? Earthquake. It's just a manufacturer warranty. Okay, makes it. Driving off-road. Driving over uneven, rough, damage or hazardous surfaces including but not limited to curbs, potholes, unfinished roads, debris or other obstacles, or in competition, racing or autocross, or for any other purpose for which the vehicle is not designed. Including but not limited to. So you hit a pothole. Oh, then again, that makes sense. Remember, this is manufacture, so that's not really that bad. It's all about manufacturer warranty, not accidental damage. They're not involved in potholes. That's not anything to do with them. That's more your council, the local tax and stuff like that. Okay, so what I don't understand is why would you wrap your car? Brilliant, I don't want that. Why would you... Oh, what the fuck is this? Why would you wrap your car and not know that's going to happen afterwards? I don't know. Sucks to be you. I wish I had a Cybertruck though. University wants students not to be snobs. Imagine being these two people and they're like, we just need to take a picture of university students. Click. It's like, oh, what's this going to be? Oh, don't worry, just class as snobs. It's a common notion in Edinburgh that Edinburgh uni students are prissy. That's not even a word. Oh, fuck off. That's such a Reddit word. Fuck you. And stuck up. You're stuck up for using that word. Either because they are rich, come from abroad, or both. Swanking about it. Swanking about in their matching... What? And let's have a look. 20 years ago, went to a nearby pub full of insufferable hooray Henrys who couldn't make the cut for Oxbridge. Haha, well said. I may have bumped into a few hoorays during my time cutting around Pollock. Bigger problem is the irresistible changing of internationals and how they're fully reliant on them kicking up 3 times what an English student would, in my opinion. This is such a pointless article. Imagine you go to journalism school and you're like, you need to write an article about students not to be snobs. Every student's a snob. What? Every student thinks their life is incredibly hard while they avoid going to about 40% of lectures and seminars, going out drinking all the time, doing ket, and then wondering why they're getting thirds at the university fucking what they called exams. I went to university and I can't even name it. University's pointless for most degrees. So yeah, what a terrible article. 35 people killed as driver rams into crowd at sports centre in China. Why is this not news on the news? Why is this the case? Because if this happened in the UK or US, this would be news everywhere, probably even Europe. But for some reason in China, no one cares. And it's very interesting because if this happens in the US and UK, people go, oh, this just shows how, how terrible these countries are, etc. What people got to understand is this happens around the world, and it actually probably happens way more in China and Middle Eastern countries. Essentially, Western countries, I reckon, will have less of these type of horrific crimes. But that's, I mean, it's horrible. Imagine you go out one day and then some car just rams you and you're dead. Like, that's, Oh, there we go. 87 people dead, 434 injured. Fuck me. Over 500 people. 35 deaths and 43 injuries. What? Why is this so starkly different? Over a divorce. Police said that Fan was dissatisfied with the division of property after his divorce, according to an initial investigation. So why would he go and get a car and just run it into people? Chinese government trying to remove all links on social media. According to the BBC World Service, their reporter was harassed by a local party official during broadcast. That's some BS reporting, lol. It's literally #1 trending news on Weibo. Weibo. Is that a thing? BBC is very biased to China. News is everywhere and literally is the first news on whatever that news is. The official state news agency of CCP. Okay, let's see if there's any more interesting comments. I wonder what driver's name was. Okay. I mean, it's horrific. Why? Some people are bizarre, man. They're so weird. Let's go to the next one. Gen Z women in America are banning religion at record rates. What are your thoughts on this and what impacts do you think it will have in the future? Gen Z women. I think American Christianity is doing everything it can to minimize the numbers of adherents, and it shows. Good for them. Let's turn those churches into affordable housing. All throughout COVID and even before then, actually, the fact that churches were all sitting empty and not being used for the people without homes makes me generally pissed off. I can see that because the churches... I never understood why churches don't let homeless people live in them or sleep in them. I mean, they'll get ruined, that's 100%, but you would think that even if you're homeless... I mean, if you're a drug addict, you're a drug addict. If you drink alcohol, you're not really going to care. You're probably going to piss on the floor and take a shit. But I don't know. I would have thought that like churches would have been able to house people who are on rough times. Is that the whole point of religion, is to help people in need? But about damn time, it's always been ironic to me that women are the ones filling the pews and doing the work of keeping religions going, even while those same religious subject them and keeping out positions of authority. I say the more women leave, the better. What? How is Christianity and Catholicism doing that? You talk about Islam, right? Stop. Stop. This is like the other fucking post. Why do people always do this? This isn't 200 years ago with Christianity and Catholicism. This is now. Christianity and Catholicism does not stop people progressing into leadership at all. That's Islam. Why do people always do that? They never criticize Islam for that. It's just ridiculous. I'm through with this. I do think we need more community organized. Look, I'll be brutally honest with you. I think religion has a massive part in civilization. I think Islam in the Middle East has a massive bloody part. I think the most of religion is amazing. Islam in the Middle East is absolutely amazing. Look, let's just look at Dagestan fighters, right? They grew up in shitholes in the mountains with next to nothing to eat, yet religion kept them going, and they're able to make millions off the UFC. And how many Dagestan fighters there are in the UFC? Quite a few. And the population of Dagestan is quite low. So that is generally thanks to religion for keeping the hope going. A lot of people will come to religion, especially in darker times, to try to see a light. And I'm not saying every religion is like that in every single way. Oh, this arc's feminist. Oh, fuck this. Well, I've given up on it. But what I'm saying is, if you're I could say the same argument with feminism, especially the way it is today. But feminism now, with a lot of girls, is just misandry. Played out to be that they're a feminist. Whatever floats your boat. You look at feminism as a way to keep you going. In the sense, you think you're oppressed, so you go to feminism because there's like-minded people that also think they're oppressed while living in a Western world, such as America and England. And you use that as a way to kind of keep going and have positivity. And people do that with religion, man. Like, I don't understand what the big hoo-ha is. Here's another one here. Article from a Christian news site about a delusional, I don't know what, evil Janicus group saying it's easier for students to come out as gay than Christian. Who's Christian? Do people need to come out as a Christian? Christians are the default. Everyone assumes you're a Christian, just like they assume you're going to get married to someone of the opposite sex and have children. That's a lie. Equality feels like oppression to those accustomed to privilege. It's such a Reddit comment. You're also like 30 odd. Shut up. I can say that because I'm 28. The people that write things like this mean start yapping about it literally every other sentence when they say coming out. The Christian... let's see. Right. I don't care. I think if you came out in most places... I don't know. If someone said to me, I'm... What is this subreddit? It's more... Fuck me. What a weird bunch of people, man. Anyway. If someone came out to me and said they were gay, I don't care. I think most people don't give a shit if you're gay nowadays. However, I'm not a Christian per se, but I can't say there isn't a God, and I like a lot of Christian ideologies. I'm not baptized or anything, but I do have 3 things on my necklace here that mean something. So I have the cross. You probably won't be able to see this. You kind of can. You can't really because it's quite a thin cross. So I have a cross here. Oh, cock. Well, I've just dropped it, so I can't be asked again. I'm too fat to get up and get it. There's something for my dad here. My absolute role model. And then it's St. George. St. George means nothing to me. I just thought he's a Greek guy that somehow means something to England. But when I say to people that... When I say to people, look, yeah, no, I'm religious. Even though I'm not, I do say that, like, if anything, that I'm going to say that I'm religious just due to the fact I'd rather people have the perspective that I am religious than not religious, because I'm umming and ahhing about it. I think religion has, like I said before, has a lot of positives in society. Every single person reacts not negatively, but like, no, you're not. Really? You are? Like, a lot of people are like, what? In this day and age, a lot of people aren't religious in my age, and they do react kind of a bit surprised when you say you're religious while being somewhat young. I'm not saying people who are gay and come out being gay in England don't have either a more negative reaction, but what I'm saying is people do question if you are religious, especially more than anything, Christianity. I think with Islam, people may be like, no, I hate Islam. But if a guy was brown and from the Middle East and said he was Islamic, no one would question it. Now, if you're white Islamic, it's different. People would probably be like, whoa, okay, it's abnormal in England. Okay, that'll do. But I just think, like, I do think that there is stigma for being a Christian nowadays. What's this? Local immigrants are already planning to flee the valley rather than risk detention camps. Trump's hired Tom Homan, who promised immediate workplace raids, and white nationalist Stephen Miller. Well, let's just fact check this. Here we go. There's something on Wikipedia here. White nationalist. Okay. As a White House spokesman, Miller on multiple occasions made false and sustained claims regarding widespread electoral fraud. Okay, doesn't matter. Emails leaked on November 29 showing that Miller had promoted articles from white nationalist publications and had... Okay, it's about conspiracy theory. Okay. That doesn't really... It's all just quotes? Here we go. In November 2019, the whatever acquired more 900 mils sent writer Kate, whatever. The emails became the basis of an exposé that showed that Miller had enthusiastically pushed the views of white national publications as well as far-right conspiracy website InfoWars. You leave InfoWars out of this Wikipedia. Alex Jones is based and promoted a camp of the saints circling among neo-Nazis, shaping both White House policies and a Breitbart coverage of racial politics. Okay, cool. This be utterly long debunked far left smear organization. Blah 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 blah. Two of them literally laughed at the mere suggestion that could have toppled. Okay. Okay. This is going to absolutely devastate all of the veil. Okay. The fact that Trump's citing an... What the hell is that word? 1700s law that allowed Japanese American citizens to be held in internment camps during World War II should have been enough of a warning. I guess the Latino voters who voted for Trump are absolutely fine with this. It's shocking. No, because they're legal. No, but like the Latino voters could vote because they're legal. This is about illegal immigrants, no? This is about illegal immigrants. No, he's not going to put legal immigrants... Oh, wait, here. Who promised to denaturalize legal immigrants as well. This guy ain't going to do fuck all with that, okay? That's a bit of a stretch. Maybe it's not if he said that, but he can't do fuck all with that. Is this American Nazi... Why don't you go and ask Obama about the record number Mexicans he held in cages and then also bombing the shit out of Syria while winning a Nobel Peace Prize? But let's forget about that because he's a black president. People were so foolish to think that what they vote for won't apply to them. I don't think it's going to be legal immigrants. It's going to be illegal. Why would a legal immigrant be kicked out of the country if they're legal? Trump farmers, you're going to lose your farm. Keep voting against your interests. I'm more worried about what war he's going to start to get the concentration camps to be legal. They're talking about a big game, but be nearly impossible to move that many people. One thing is going to happen is Trump's going to mirror Obama's policy and call it a day. Don't underestimate them. Remember the Japanese internment campus on a large scale. Remember the Nazi death camps and ghettos. It's impossible to imagine it happening tomorrow, but give them time, it will be a reality. I hear 9 upvotes. You absolute neckbeard. I mean, I've got a neckbeard. You weird little fucker. What? Why are people comparing this to the Nazis? What has this got to do with death camps and ghettos? So essentially... Oh, okay, there's another image. Trump brings back white nationalist Stephen Miller for a second term. Donald Trump is handing over an immense level of power to Stephen Miller this time round. Look, I can understand if this guy has been related to white nationalists. That's obviously a very bad look on Trump. However, to compare this to the Nazis or the other stuff is insane. That's insane. It's such a grab. This isn't going to be a ghetto or death camp. You absolutely weird people. Like, wake up to reality. This is just stupid. It's stupid. I can't see them. And maybe I'm wrong here. Let's look at this report here. Let's see what this says. Oh, fuck off. Right. A former Trump staffer and renowned native is about to make a comeback at the top of Donald Trump. Okay, I don't care. I want to see exactly... Miller previously blah blah blah, and his appointment comes a little surprise. The 39 was expected since at least his beginning of the year to retainer in the West Wing. Okay, let's just see if I can find between Trump and the white nationalist agenda. Miller and Mentini. Here we go. Trump's first Muslim travel ban and has been... Fuck off. News time of Trump. Oh, I don't know. I don't care. But maybe I'm wrong here. I'm going to go off my opinion. I can't be asked reading this absolute horseshit of articles. Why would they put legal immigrants who legally come over here legally in some form of detention camp, or to get them out of states or the country when they're here legally? Maybe this bloke has said something about that. I don't know. But why would they get rid of them if they've come here legally? Trump has stated many times he doesn't care about legal immigrants. It's always about illegal immigrants. If you're illegally in a country, regardless of what you believe is ethical or not, anything that comes to a country, what overrules any law or legislation, generally speaking, is the defense of that country. Okay? The whole point of the government is to protect the country. And if the country is at risk, which illegal immigration is illegal, regardless if you think it's ethical, that puts the country at a risk because it's undocumented people coming into a country. The reason we have borders and different countries, and the reason why you give your passport over when going into another country, is so they can document you going into that country. Okay, and make sure that you're valid to go into that country. Regardless if you think there shouldn't be any borders or anything like that, there is, and countries operate on legalization of immigrants coming over, not illegal immigrants. You can't pick and choose the laws, even if you disagree with every law. I understand, I disagree with quite a few laws that England has and the United Kingdom. But one of the things that I will stand on is the fact that illegal immigration is something that needs to be taken a hard stance on, due to the fact we don't know who these people are. And if someone commits a crime that's illegal, how is the police going to solve that crime? And if you're the victim of the crime and the police turned around and said, well, we have no information, here's a picture of the person, but he's a legal immigrant, we don't know, you're not going to sit there and go, oh, there should be no borders. You're going to sit there and go, what, how did they get in? It's as simple as that. I don't know. I'm completely not really looked into this, especially last one. I haven't looked into any of them, to be brutally honest with you, but especially this last one, he may be talking about legal immigrants, which I'm completely against, but illegal immigrants, they should have a hard stance on. You shouldn't, I mean, look, if an illegal immigrant has come across and it's like 10 years since they've been here, whatever, and they've somehow paid taxes, they've worked hard, they've never committed a crime, personally, I believe they should just get the legal status. They're obviously a hard-working person, personally. But I think it's a stretch to say that they're going to be in the ghettos. I'm in the ghettos and the death camps. I think that's such a... Oh, there's 5 replies there. Let's see if this pisses me off even more. They'll hardly be processing all... I don't know. Yeah. Like all those kids ripped from families and forever lost in the system. I hope some of those come out and write a book. I'm sure that'll be an exciting book. Obama separated families also, and he's the one who built those cages, but you won't say shit about that. Hey, it's just me. 0 upvotes, of course. Of course, I don't have an account. The kids were there less than 72 hours under Obama. It was supposed to be a temporary measure, but Trump far exceeded 72 hours. He went hog wild and showed no mercy. There were many months and would probably have been for years if the media didn't catch wind of it, but the media caught wind of it. You're just justifying that, though. Let's Google that. Stupid Bing. Right. So, how long were kids in cages under Obama's Obama administration? Is Washington Post a good one? Are you one of the good guys? Start reading. No, you're not one of the good guys. You're a fucking sellout. Let's look at this one. This looks a lot better. Oh, you know what? I don't care. I really don't. I don't give a shit. Right, it's too much reading. Let's scroll up. This is kind of being like a hit and miss ramble. I will probably home into other things to research into. It's quite hard to do a podcast while on my own and somewhat make it entertaining, because I read a lot in my head, so I need to read out loud. So I'm just silent, just sitting there reading something and realise actually I meant to make a video. But overall, I think the most disgusting thing that I've seen is the age of consent being lowered down to 9. Well, also the 35 people being killed was disgusting. There's a lot of disgusting stuff that's happening. I didn't mean to be all negative. I think the most disgusting is John Jones ducking Tom Aspinall. I'm only joking. The Iraq, you know, trying to lower the age to 9 is fucking vile, and that needs to be stopped. I don't know how. America, you know what to do. We're going for round 2, America. Like, honestly, that's disgusting. It needs to be called out. I don't know how much intertwine Iraq has with Islam and what other Islamic countries think about that, or other Muslims think about that. If you've made it this far in the video and you're a Muslim, please let me know down below. What actually do you think of Iraq trying to lower the age of consent to 9, or marriage to 9? I know the Taliban are heavily influenced by what they perceive the Quran to be teaching them. But other than that, I didn't mean to make this very depressing, to be honest with you. But yeah.